What is up, everybody? Nibori here. Today we're going to be talking about Unleased Games Paragon 2. Yes, it won't be called Paragon 2, but we're going to be referring to it as Paragon 2 for now until we have an actual name to go off of. So I went over with them and had a little interview questions from your guys' questions on the previous video that I posted, and thank you guys so much for posting your questions, comments, and concerns in that previous video. Now we're going to start off with some not so juicy questions and just get a little gauge on who Unleashed Games is. Now Unleashed Games is a team of 50 currently, and it is rapidly growing. And if you guys want to help out and have some skills in game dev and things like that, they do have applications on their Discord, their Facebook. You can hit up on Twitter if you have certain skills that you want to reach out to them and see if you can help out the project while it is developed. Now, we know there are several groups trying to make a Paragon 2. We'll just call that in general, Paragon 2. There's definitely different groups trying to make Paragon 2. And who is Unleashed Games? Now, Unleashed Games is a combination of Brain Dead Games, I know you guys heard of them, and Unleashed Games. They combine their forces to make a easier route to making Paragon 2 and combining the efforts to make a game that they all envisioned and that we want to play. Now, you're going to say, what's going to set apart Unleashed Games from all the other groups that are trying to make the game of Paragon 2? Now, Unleashed Games is a LLC, so they did actually form a real company. And as a business owner myself, I know how much of a struggle that is to get started, and props to them for actually getting an LLC in a business. And of those 50 team members that are a part of Unleashed Games, almost all of them have previous knowledge in game dev and or Unreal Engine that are developing this game, so we are in good hands on that aspect of previous knowledge in game dev. Now keep in mind, some things could not be answered because of the early nature of this, and some things may or may not be in the game that it was discussed as well, but they're going on the right direction, and we'll see what they have to offer here with these answers. Now let's start off with a big question, and that is, will the game be on PS4? Now, we talked about this earlier, and I know a lot of other content creators talked about this too, and how difficult it could be to get it on the PS4, but you have to keep in mind, it's more so whether or not PlayStation will accept the game to be on the PlayStation PSN again, because it already was, and there's multiple things that have to be done to have that happen and have them okay this game to be on the PS4. So do not expect the game to be on PS4 as soon as you would like. Most likely it will be on PC well before it will be out on PS4. However, Unleashed Games would love for the game to be on PS4 on release, but they are waiting at the mercy of PlayStation Network to see if they are allowed to put it back on the PSN. Let's get you up to the next question. What card system will be in place? Will it be like Legacy or will it be like Monolith? It was confirmed that the card system will be a 6-slot, as you saw here on Legacy. However, there will be an item shop and there will be no affinities, so everybody can use every card. Also, there's going to be a sort of leveling up of these cards in some sort, shape, or fashion. It wasn't confirmed on how or why it would happen, but we will get more information on that soon. But it will definitely be back to a 6-slot card system. Alright, we're going to be running on along here, but actually we're not going to be running along because travel mode is not going to be in the game. There will be some sort of buffs from different characters that get different movement speeds from abilities and things like that. Maybe there will be a card of some sort. This was not talked about, but maybe there will be a card that will give you movement speed like in the previous game, but there will be no travel mode in the game. Will skins be free or will they be in a cash shop / loot box? Now, what was said here is that their version is not pay to win, so there will be nothing in such the fashion of loot boxes to get better cards or things like that, which I can assume that all cards will be given to each player as they first enter the game, and they won't worry about the RNG of trying to get certain cards that other players have and other players don't. Does the game have a release date? And the answer is no, not currently. Reason being is they don't want to rush the game into where releasing it when it's not ready like most games do, and I personally completely hate when games do that. They release a game and it's not even close to being finished. So that is great news, but also it sucks too because obviously we're all trying to fill the void of Paragon. But it's good to know that Unleashed Games is giving the love and attention to this game to make sure that the game is great on release and we don't have to worry about things. Yes, there's going to be some updates and things things like that and balancing along the way. But they want to make sure that we have a great product with least amount of issues on release. Here's one of the important questions, and that one was, will all the characters be available on the release of Unleashed Games Paragon 2? And the answer that was given was very simple and straightforward. They are at the mercy of Epic Games releasing the assets. Now, there are only a certain amount of assets that were released by Epic Games. There's only a certain amount of characters, as you saw in my previous videos of me doing voiceovers and things like that and dubbing in the voices of each character. There's only a certain amount of assets that were released to the game. Not every character was out in relation to Wraith. We had Morgesh that wasn't on there, and several others that were not released to the public in the Epic Games launcher as the Unreal Engine. So we have to keep in mind of that. We're at the mercy of that, which characters will be released. And this will go furthermore into another question that I asked, and that was, are there going to be new characters introduced into the game, and how are they going to manage that with the new characters? And the answer to that question was yes. However, they didn't have any characters planned for the future development of the game as of yet, but it is definitely in the future, and they will be planning on adding new characters to add to the roster. Now, here's the question about, will characters remain the same, or will their kits be changed and abilities? The answer is some will, some won't. Some kits will be changed to something completely different in the aspect of abilities. Some characters will actually get previous builds of those. Please, please, please give me Murdoch's abilities back. Give me that sexy shield pushback. Oh, give me the mines, dude. Yeah, but there will be other character reworks for Paragon 2 that we can look forward to. Also, it is a possibility, and take this with a grain of salt, a possibility that character passives, yes, character passives might come back. One of my favorite questions was, how soon will we see ranked mode, and how will matchmaking work in general? Now, ranked mode, they said that they plan on putting it in as soon as possible, but they want to make sure that there is a stable build of the game on release and make sure all the bells and whistles, all the servers and things are working smoothly before ranked mode is introduced into the game, and some sort of balancing of the characters and making sure characters are generally balanced. As gamers, we know the games aren't always going to be completely balanced and things will come and go as they are, but they want to maintain and make something really competitive with the game, and they are super stoked to put ranked mode in Paragon 2, but they wanted to make sure that it is the best experience possible, make sure the servers are stable and balancing is in the right direction before ranked mode comes out. But they said that ranked mode will shortly be out as soon as they figure out all of that mess. As for matchmaking, obviously there will be ranks in the ranked mode. There will be certain ranks that you cannot play with other ranks, obviously, right? You don't want your high masters playing with your bronze plebs, okay? Don't get me, okay? I'm sorry, I called you plebs, okay? We all start somewhere, all right? You could be master one day too, okay? Okay, you can make it there. But they stated that obviously we're not going to have bronze players playing with masters in non-ranked mode because that would just be unfair and that would be a terrible learning experience for new players. I think that was one of the biggest concerns the player base retaining and getting new players was a lot of people were smurfing, and with smurfing comes the new players running into these, better players as they are in the lower ranks trying to smurf, tearing up lower level players that have no clue what's going on and have no chance to actually learn the game, so therefore they leave the game, and retention for new players would be at an all-time low. So this is great that we're going to have this in place. Also, once ranked mode is in play, a lot of players are going to be sticking to ranked mode because they want to increase their rank and stack up against the better players and not try to smurf. That's just my personal opinion. I know smurfing is going to be always an issue, but this will definitely help out in that sense. Now, how long our match time is going to be? As they said, they want to keep the match times fairly decent. It's going to be around 40 minutes, so we're not going to have an hour match. We're also not going to have a 20 match. Maybe we will. Maybe you guys are disgusting at this game and take people out 15 minutes. I don't know. But the general time is looking forward to looking at 40 minutes for game time. Have you guys ever been under a tower and then the whole team just comes after you and kicks your ass? It's just like one big orgy. Well, there's going to be some changes to towers here, and my question was, will the damage on towers be more of a threat? Now, the answer is yes. The longer you stay under the tower, the more damage you will take from that tower. So that is great news. They will be taking more damage the longer you stay under the tower from the tower shots. It's not confirmed or denied how the tower is going to shoot or how it's going to affect. Is it going to be a single target? Is it going to be multiple targets? We have no clue on that, but it will ramp up damage the longer you stay under the tower. Now this was one of my questions. So we saw in an old video of a walkthrough of the map, and we saw a harvester in the jungle. And I also asked, will Orb Prime be coming back? And I believe several of you guys asked this question too. Will Orb Prime be coming back and dunking the Orb Prime? If you guys played in Legacy, you remember that old shenanigans where you killed the Orb Prime and you had to run it to a certain area to dunk it to get the Orb Prime buff. Now they said that they may have other modes that will be returning into Paragon, such as, you know, maybe dunking the orb. Maybe there's a 3v3 map where you have to dunk the orb, or some sort of mini game kind of thing for this in a different mode. Now it was not confirmed or denied on different modes, but they said that there may possibly be other modes that implement new or older aspects of the game, such as Orb Prime dunking and other aspects. What's last hitting gonna look like? Is it gonna be like Monolith later on in Monolith, where we had a assisted last hitting? You see a red bar on the health of a minion and you hit them and they just instantly die? Or is it going to be more finesse involved, where you have to get good at last hitting? Now this is definitely an important aspect in any MOBA. This definitely differentiates between the good players and the bad players in lane, to be able to last hit effectively and not miss those last hits. So they said definitely last hitting is going to be an art. You're definitely going to have to actually try to last hit. So this will definitely put a big space in between good players and bad players in lane with last hitting. At what pace will the gameplay feel like? So they said they're going to be reverting back to the old attack speed before they changed it on Monolith. If you remember, the old attack speed was quite a bit slower, as you see here in this video. The attack speed on new Monolith was way too damn fast. So attack speed is going to be reduced, which in turn will make fights last a lot longer, which is a good thing, because fights on Monolith were way faster than it was on Legacy, which was good and bad. It was more of a frantic kind of gameplay style, which was different from our old school laid back Legacy style. So it's going to be a middle ground between Legacy's speed and Monolith's speed. So it's going to be a good medium. It's not going to be super dragged on slow, and it's not going to be way too fast where you can't make any decisions and back out and reassess the situations. Now, since there's no travel mode involved in the new Paragon 2, the question was, will there be animations? And the answer is there's going to be animations for abilities. So say there's an ability that gives you movement speed, or a card that gives you movement speed. There will definitely be an animation for those, but there will not be a specific travel mode animation, because there is no travel mode. Simple as that. Now, lots of you guys said to me in comments that you want to help support this game in its development and maybe donate some money and things like that. But Unleashed Games is not accepting any donations or anything until they can show us that they have specific gameplay and things like that to show that they actually are working on something that we want to see, something that they are proud of, something that really gives us meat and potatoes. Obviously, we've seen 2 trailers and some other footage about the game, but we didn't actually see gameplay and how the game works, right? So that is very important information, and like I said previously, you will be able to see that content first on my channel. I'm a preview to having the first gameplay ever of Paragon 2 on my channel when that is actually available. It's going to be in the future. I'm not quite sure on the date where I'll be able to do that, but you definitely can expect it on my channel. But with that being said, they do plan on opening something like a GoFundMe or something like that in the future, when they do have something of meat to show you guys that they are actually moving in the right direction, and it's something that everybody is actually excited about. So that's how you guys can help in the future. But until then, if you guys want to help out in game dev and you have a past in game dev, or you have an ability of coding or anything of that, modeling, anything, if you go to their Facebook page, their Instagram, in their Discord, which I'll leave below, I'll leave all their links below, anywhere that you guys can find them, on their Facebook, like I said, Instagram, etc., that you guys can actually apply for positions at Unleashed Games if you guys have any skills involving in game dev, character design, literally anything, okay? Anything that is revolved around making this game. They are open arms to everybody on their Discord. If you guys want to join it, I highly recommend you guys join it. Conversations are hot, baby, in that chat, and I hope to see you guys in there. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have more questions, drop them below. I will try to relay them to them, and hopefully I can get some more answers to you. If I answered all of your questions, hell yes, but I'm sure I didn't. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up, and if you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, and you can expect the official Paragon 2 news from my channel as quickly as I get it. And with all that being said, I hope the CXP in gold is always in your favor.